Got to make sure Joe took his phone with him, because last time I did this, his phone went off because he had ordered a pizza. So I'm glad you took your phone. 12? Really? I guess it makes me 12 and a half. So thanks, Joe. As you all know, I started this job with blonde hair and more of it, so I guess time and experience kind of takes its toll to a degree. Anyway, good afternoon, everyone. Many things have been said already, and I apologize if some of it sounds a little redundant, but the good news is if it's redundant, it was meant to be said. I want to first start by thanking Lakeside Church. I mean, look at this beautiful, beautiful facility. They have provided this facility not only for this event, for many, many, many events, and I want to extend a personal thank you to the senior pastor, Brad Franklin. Where are you again, Brad? Got a bunch of lights in my eyes. Brad has been there for not only this function, Community Service Day, and many, 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 many more functions. I was fortunate enough to meet Brad a long time ago and realized early on that he was certainly one of the jewels and assets of our faith-based community. So thank you, Brad, as well as many others we already have. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to personally thank you for taking time out of your day today. And I know you have very busy lives and businesses and families and whatnot. But I'm really happy that you're here to learn a little bit more about the community that you either live, work, or play in, or all of the above. So I thank you for taking that time. It's my opportunity and certainly my honor to be able to address you today. There's an old French proverb that says this: the more things change, the more they stay the same. I'm going to say that right now at the beginning of this talk, speech, whatever you want to call it, because I'm going to come back to it a little bit later. But as I go through this, just think about what I just said. So I'm going to start off with some good old-fashioned bragging. We can all share in because we all had a hand in. Here we go. Folsom consistently ranks among the top 100 safest cities in America. We're the 33rd wealthiest city in America. We're the 23rd best beach town in America. And yes, they count lakes. That was a new one to us. So someone had to explain it to me. So being a little surfer boy, I was like, huh? Okay, I'll go with that. The 17th best place to live in the entire nation. The 5th best place to live in all of California, and certainly and consistently the #1 place in California to raise a family. Everybody give yourselves a hand of applause because we all did it together. Our economy is strong and growing. Our home sale prices are now up 6.7% over last year. Average price of a home, more than $500,000 for the first time ever. We've recovered from that bubble, haven't we? Employment in the city is over 35,000 jobs for the first time ever. Unemployment, 2.4%. Yes, that's right, 2.4%, the lowest in this region. Our assessed valuation of all property in this city, $12.8 billion. That's up 2.3% from the previous year. That's important because the assessed valuation is what creates half of our income to the city, if I want to say, and that's called property tax. Sales tax, up 7% for this year. New business licenses, and I know a lot of you chamber people, and certainly Joe and all his working team, thank you, because they're up 8.7% compared to last year. It's important to understand that it's not by chance that Folsom is regularly recognized for a high quality of life. We owe today's accolades to our great staff and my colleagues on the Folsom City Council, but we also owe a great debt of gratitude to those who have served this community over the last century. Folsom would not be where it is today without the wisdom of past leaders, community volunteers, public servants. Folsom was built and continues to operate on innovation and an entrepreneurial spirit. As a railroad hub and a gold rush town, our community's pioneers were good stewards of the land and, even back then, advocates for local business and opportunity. The magic of our city is and always has been and probably always will be a place where residents and businesses alike can find opportunity and prosper. This spirit sets us apart from so many other places, not only in this region, but I've been across the country many times, and ladies and gentlemen, we are the best. From our safe, well-maintained neighborhoods to our recreational trails, award-winning schools, quality parks, dining and shopping opportunities, I hope you share my deep, deep sense of pride in how Folsom has evolved. It's not by accident, it's not by coincidence that this award-winning city has emerged. The city we know today reflects decades of careful, deliberate, and strategic planning and action. In my 23 years of being honored as a member of the Folsom City Council, we've accomplished so much, and we've done it carefully, thoughtfully, deliberately, and some would argue very slowly. You're welcome. We built 2 bridges. We've welcomed Intel, Dignity Health, Kaiser, Kikkoman, Gaikakon, and countless others to town. We've opened an aquatic center. Thank you, Ernie, for all the help that we put together to make that happen. A sports complex, a beautiful new library, and the Harris Center. We're home to a senior center and art gallery, a zoo sanctuary, and even we have Folsom Symphony. We spent literally decades carefully plotting out the development that we know today, as importantly, the ones we will know tomorrow. This includes Empire Ranch. Thank you, Harry. The Parkway, Broadstone. Thank you, Harry. Lexington Hills, American River. Thank you, Harry. And the area that is just beginning south of Highway 50. I say that to Harry because, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't known the contributions that Mr. Harry Elliott and his family have done in Folsom for many, many, many years, get to know this gentleman. He has a tremendous heart for this city and this community, and I want to personally thank you again, Harry, for all the time and effort you've put in. Thank you. But just like those early pioneers, we never rest on our laurels. We're always looking 5, 10, 15, and even 50 years ahead. And that's exactly why we have the quality of life we enjoy today. Today, 2018, we are merely reaping what we have sowed. We're reaping what we have sowed while thoughtfully planning for future generations and future of the Folsom we call home. So you've all heard the term, everyone says consistently, quality of life. What does it really mean? What does it really look like? Let me just throw out some examples for you guys to think about. Safe, well-maintained community. High-quality jobs, close to home. Thoughtfully planned neighborhoods and transportation infrastructure. Diverse recreational amenities. Outstanding schools. Art and cultural opportunities. A strong, connected, and supportive community. I'm sure we can all add to the list, but I just want to throw out a few because quality of life means something to everybody. It could be different from each one of you. At the end of the day, it's Folsom. This city council, and many councils in the past, continue to make public safety our #1 priority. I'm pleased to announce that construction is well underway for our new fire station at Empire Ranch, which will open in fall of this year. Located at 2139 Ritchie Street at Empire Ranch Road, Station 39 will further support the life-saving work at the Folsom Fire Department and position our highly trained first responders where they can quickly and effectively respond when they are needed most. This will be our city's 5th fire station. Congratulations, Chief. In October of last year, Mayor Moran swore in 10 new firefighter paramedics. These are the recruits that just graduated from their fire academy, and they joined the team in the Folsom Fire Department in preparation for the opening of Fire Station 39 and the future growth of the city of Folsom. Driven by our team of dedicated dispatchers, the Folsom Police Department has implemented a program called Project Lifesaver. This is a nationally recognized program that provides trackable bracelets to people at high risk of becoming perhaps a missing person. They could be suffering from autism, Alzheimer's, you name it. This system enables our first responders to quickly locate these missing people that are wearing these bracelets that may be in need of help. The police department is also implementing a new 911 phone system which allows you to text to 911 real time. If you want to get more involved in enhancing public safety in your own community, if you haven't already, I encourage you to contact our police department to be part of or even start a neighborhood watch program. You can also volunteer through our CERT program. CERT is Community Emergency Response Team. In addition to that, you can also sign up what's called CAPS, Citizens Assisting Public Safety. These programs serve both our fire and police departments. Transportation. Don't we always talk about transportation? And what's the ugly word that follows behind that? Traffic. Well, let's touch on that because we've never shied away from it. Transportation planning plays a critical role in Folsom's high quality of life. Well-planned, safe roads benefit the entire city, from neighborhoods to our business community. The city's Public Works Department manages Folsom's network of streets, signals, sidewalks, and off-street trails. We are currently working to address traffic safety and operations at multiple locations throughout Folsom, and we do this on a regular, continuous basis. I'll tell you what, be very blunt. I'd much rather spend a few minutes in traffic caused by all our amenities here in our city than going across to some of the other jurisdictions. It's our city. I'll gladly trade a few extra minutes versus going across the river or down the freeway. Thank you for that woo. I agree. We like this hustle and bustle and vibrancy because what does it mean? It means jobs. It means quality shopping in local restaurants. It means cultural and educational opportunities. Several capital improvement projects are expected on East Bidwell Street in the coming year. The road will be widened by 1 lane south of Creekside Drive, and additional improvements will be made at the intersection of East Bidwell and Clarksville Road, at East Bidwell and Iron Point Road, to reduce congestion and improve the vehicle flow along one of the city's busiest streets. We just finished the rehabilitation of Orangevale Avenue Bridge. It's a century-old bridge that connects Folsom and Orangevale, officially reopened to motorists, cyclists, and pedestrians after a year-long rehabilitation and, as importantly, if not more importantly, historical preservation project. This year, we will complete the Rainbow Bridge Rehabilitation Project. The Rainbow Bridge, which spans the American River, as we all know, at Greenback Lane, has provided a major connection for businesses and communities and residents on both sides of Lake Natoma for nearly 100 years. The rehabilitation project will extend the lifespan of the historic bridge and provide a smoother and much safer drive for motorists. Construction this spring will begin on the widening of Green Valley Road between East Natoma Street and the El Dorado County line. It will add Class 2 bike lanes, which will connect East Natoma Street to Sophia Parkway. In addition, Folsom implemented what we call the Connect Card. It's a cashless electronic fare card that allows you to seamlessly transfer between 9 different regional transit systems. So if you have a Connect Card, you can ride on anything, anywhere in this region. It also allows riders to purchase fares and manage their accounts online. No longer do you have to go into City Hall to get one. The Capital Southeast Connector is a planned 35-mile-long expressway linking Elk Grove. To give you an idea how long it's already been in the planning, it started before the turn of this century. It connects Elk Grove, Rancho Cordova, Folsom, El Dorado Hills along the current White Rock Road and Grant Line road alignments. Somebody was betting me if I'd say White Rock Road. I didn't. I know you, David. The Folsom section of the connector has been cleared environmentally and is currently in final design. We have received funding to construct a new intersection of East Bidwell Street and White Rock Road, a critical component of the project. Construction is anticipated to start in 2019 and will result in a 4-lane intersection with a traffic signal and improve roadway drainage. When the entire Folsom section is complete, White Rock Road will be transformed from a 2-lane road to a 4-lane expressway with wider lanes and shoulders and a separated bike trail. You heard the theme about the trails? Keep talking about that? We're going to roll into that. When we talk about trails, we have to mention first, because we just had the 50th anniversary, let's say it, Johnny Cash, it's okay. We completed Johnny Cash Trail and actually raised over $300,000 for the future art project for the Johnny Cash Trail, Art Experience, which will include 8 larger-than-life public art pieces, a 3-acre park honoring the Man in Black, and 2.5 miles of paved Class 1 trails. We look forward to unveiling the first piece of artwork for the Johnny Cash Trail Art Experience, anticipated sometime this summer. So keep bringing in the money so Robert can put up those pieces. We completed the Lake Natoma Waterfront Trail in Historic District, providing a pedestrian and an ADA accessible waterfront trail experience in the heart of Folsom. Also this year, we will begin construction of 2 new trail components. A new Class 4 trail parallel to Leadsdorf Street in the Historic District that will increase the ease and the safety of riding a loop around Lake Natoma. The second one, the Lake Natoma Street undercrossing, will connect the Oak Parkway Trail with the Johnny Cash Trail just east of Fargo Way. So you don't have to fight the traffic, you'll actually be going under the street. Construction is well underway at Economy Family Park, located at the corner of Blue Ravine and Parkway Drive, opening the spring of this year. Many of you have probably seen that park almost finished as you drive by Blue Ravine. The park will feature sports fields, tennis courts, bocce ball courts, walking circuit, picnic areas, and 2 play areas. In addition, the Broder Family Homestead Park will be a very unique historical and ranching theme park built right next to McFarland Park in Empire Ranch. That project is expected to open later this year. We'll welcome back the prestigious Amgen Tour of California in May. We will be hosting the Stage 6 start this time around. This exciting event continues to put Folsom on an international media stage. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased to let you know that they actually ask us every year to host this event. And for all those that have been involved, been volunteers in this program, it's a lot of work. And so I want to thank city staff for the opportunity for this community to see this prestigious event every other year, because I think if it was every year, we'd all run out of the building screaming. So thank you for everybody that does that work. Our library is the business in the region in terms of circulation, with the children's collection continuing to be the heaviest used. We welcomed thousands more to our library last year, we believe due in part to increases in both our e-books and regular circulation. The library clearly adapted to trends and evolved into a gathering place for the community rather than just a quiet place full of bookshelves. Visitors now can check out board games, interactive educational kits, and even try their hand at virtual reality and 3D printing. This year, we are launching a new initiative to bring library cards to every kindergartner in Folsom to foster an early love of reading and libraries. Every year, we host a City Works Day to introduce these school children and their families to the city of Folsom. This free, popular annual event, which occurs in City Park, attracts hundreds and is designed to educate the community about the city's many programs and services. This year, it'll be held, bless you, on May 16th. Let's talk about planning for the future. Work began last spring on an 18-month schedule of infrastructure and roadway improvements south of Highway 50. It's known as the Folsom Plan Area, also known as Folsom Ranch, a 3,520-acre annex portion into the city, in 2012. This planning process, for those that don't know, actually started in 1994 and will take, realistically, another 30 to 40 years before its completion. To put it in perspective, Empire Ranch started 33 years ago. We're still not finished. That'll give you a good baseline perspective. We are very mindful, as we have been for the decades some of us have been involved, that development south of Highway 50 must be a positive reflection of who we are as a city, who we are as a community. You have my personal assurance and that of the City Council that this development will reflect the same prudent planning and commitment to the same high standards that are the hallmarks of Folsom today. We are tracking this important development every single day. In fact, we just received a very comprehensive briefing update at our last City Council meeting just a few days ago. The first homes are expected to be completed at Folsom Ranch, which is that portion just west of Placerville Road, later this year, 2018. And at Russell Ranch, which is just slightly east of Placerville Road to the county line, in 2019. I want to touch on schools since I see the superintendent and the college president right here. I regularly hear from residents, and you probably do as well in your businesses, that residents say they choose to call Folsom home because of its great place to raise kids. We are consistently rated as one of the best places in California for families. Remember I said earlier, consistently generally #1 in California to raise a family. Folsom schools play a major role in the success of our local economy and community. Folsom schools are consistently recognized among the highest achieving in the region and are regularly ranked statewide and nationally. I'll give you a few accolades here, if I may. As we all know, Folsom High School, under the direction of Coach Chris Richardson, secured yet another state title. If he was here, let's all give him one. What you may not know, longtime Folsom High School music director Curtis Gazer, and he's volunteered a lot of time with his kids, has been nominated for a Grammy Educator of the Year award, only one of 10 finalists in the entire country. Let's give one up for Curtis. His contributions in fostering the student talent over those years can never, ever be measured other than successful and opportunity. So thank you, Curtis. We welcomed a new superintendent to our community, Dr. Sarah Collegian. Did I do it right? Who has made an immediate, from what I'm hearing, an immediate impact through her outreach to families, teachers, and community members. She is also now on our TED Corp board, so thank you for taking the time for that. Very important. Our school district is finalizing designs for state-of-the-art new schools for our new residents south of 50. These schools will be some of the most innovative educational environments in the region once completed in the coming years. You may have seen one of our own fifth graders on the national news earlier this year. Theater Judah's own Nathan Zhang, an amazing piano virtuoso who gives up his recess time to serenade his fellow students in the lunchroom. If you haven't seen that clip, go on the city's website. I'm sure we have a link. Dale Waldo, who's a popular science teacher at Folsom Middle School, just won $20,000 after he was selected as an all-star teacher by viewers of the NBC Sports Bay Area. We dedicated a beautiful new stadium at Vista Del Lago High School, where their team had an incredible season as well and a playoff berth. Folsom Middle School seventh grader Leah Hahn placed fourth in the nation out of 100 other finalists in last year's summer's National History Day. You guys hearing the theme? Folsom High School's computer science academic team recently competed for its second year in the Cyber Patriot National Youth Cyber Defense Competition, brought home 3 platinums and 2 golds. That's incredible. Both Vista Del Lago and Folsom High School once again earned silver medals in U.S. News and World Report's annual Best High School in the Nation rankings. The state named Vista Del Lago a gold ribbon school for creating a positive school learning environment and providing school-wide exposure to relevant and important issues. Folsom Lake College is one of the fastest growing, highest performing community colleges in this country. This outstanding college is now led by President Whitney Yamamura, as you've all met earlier. Thank you, Whitney, for being here. And we are so pleased to welcome you to our community. You know, we talk about relationships. We talk about community spirit. We talk about the business community. We talk a little bit about, I call it engagement. Folsom is a city that embraces community, not only in our engagement, but also that engagement has what we call an access to information. It's very important, very vital. It is important to us that we communicate early, often, and easily. We do our best to translate the complex and complicated information into something that is meaningful for everyone. We want you to understand why something is important to you, your family, your neighbors, to your community, certainly to your business. We understand that not everyone has the time to pore over spreadsheets and hundreds of pages of reports. The city reaches out often and uses new technology to keep residents informed and engaged. We're giving residents the ability to stay up to speed on city programs, activities, events, and services through our newsletters, social media, email, and text alerts, through our website and outreach with local media. Get real-time critical information through our emergency notification system called Nixle, N-I-X-L-E. If you haven't signed up for it, I absolutely suggest you do. And submit and track your service requests through the city by using our new app called See, Click, Fix Folsom. You can connect with us on our numerous social media pages and stay informed about the week's events with our weekly e-news digest. On any given month, our city information is seen hundreds of thousands of times. If you haven't done so already, sometime today, you can do it now if you're tired of hearing me talk, pull out your phones and like us on Facebook. You'll be glad you did. There's only one official source for accurate, factual data and information and programs, and that is the City of Folsom. Go to it often and know exactly what's going on in your community. Participate. Before I close, I just want to take a few moments to talk about our amazing engaged community and critical partnerships. Thank you to Folsom Lake College and Folsom Cordova School District for educating tomorrow's leaders in an outstanding fashion and just an unbelievable environment. We're very pleased. Thank you to our host today, the Folsom Chamber of Commerce, for dedicating every day to retaining our existing, highly successful business community and attracting new ones. Our successful partnership has yielded productive results. I'm just going to hit a few, but if you look on your table, you'll see the placemats where some of this information can be seen and take with you, if you will. In just 1 year alone, the Folsom Economic Development Corporation secured 2 new company locations. This is 1 year. 9 corporate expansions and 1,115 new jobs. The partnership was instrumental in bringing or facilitating expansions for, as you just saw earlier, Vox Pro, Power School, Conference Direct, Tax Audit, Toshiba, STEM Express, Safe Credit Union, Micron, Johnson Controls, Sierra Nevada, Agile Global Solutions, Inductive Automation, and others to town as well, such as Out of Bounds Brewery, Red Bus Brewery, just to name just a few. I'm also very pleased to announce, we just heard the announcement yesterday, that we welcome Willamette Valley Vineyards to Folsom, so we can't wait to have them here. 2 new hotels have opened the last 2 years, bringing the total hotel room count close to 1,000 rooms. Thanks to our efforts of the Folsom Tourism Bureau, that would not have been possible, so thank you to them. Our occupancy rate continues to be around 70 to 80%, which is absolutely incredible and certainly a testament to this community. The Greater Folsom Partnership is constantly seeking out new and fun ways to market our community. Most importantly, I want to thank our community volunteers. One of the things that make Folsom such a remarkable community is the spirit of volunteerism and dedication to service. Folsom's community members regularly donate their time, talents, and even financial resources to enhance this special place we all call home. And they teach their children to do the same as well. We all have witnessed time and time and time again how the community lines up to help anyone in this community when there is a need. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank everyone in this room who has served our community. I'd ask you to stand to be recognized, but I guarantee you every chair in this room would be empty, because I know you all have done it. You wouldn't be here today. We've come together as a community to address the very tough issues of homelessness. In spite of a growing economy, shrinking unemployment levels, homelessness in the Sacramento region and Folsom continues to be a concern. For the first time ever, the faith-based government and nonprofit sectors are all coordinating to compassionately tackle this complex problem. Our efforts today are two-pronged: provide compassionate and sustainable help to homeless individuals while preventing and discouraging homelessness in Folsom. We recently partnered with the Sacramento County Health Department to add a mobile crisis support team counselor to our patrol efforts. This person is trained in helping citizens suffering from mental illness. We also partnered with Sacramento Self-Help Housing in an effort to provide long-term problem-solving resources to those living in our homeless population. Their navigator works with our Community Crime Suppression Unit to connect directly with our homeless population here in Folsom and help them work through the complicated services available that can be brought to bear for help, housing, jobs, and ultimately long-term self-sustainability. Many organizations are assisting proactively and cooperatively, that's not easy, in this multifaceted, outreach-based housing-first approach to address chronic homelessness, including the City of Folsom, County of Sacramento, Faith-Based Community, Twin Lakes Food Bank, Powerhouse Ministries, Sacramento Steps Forward, Sacramento Self-Help Housing, and as you were just introduced earlier, the new nonprofit here in Folsom, HEART Program, Homeless Assistance Resource Team. If you're interested in helping the homeless in our community, I highly encourage you to please reach out to the Heart of Folsom at www.heartoffolsom.org. It's a wonderful organization that's going to prove and has been proving great results. Volunteerism can be found in every hour and every day in Folsom. We see it perhaps most powerfully on Community Service Day. On Saturday, September 15th of this year, the Folsom community is coming together once again for the 5th annual Community Service Day, Folsom's largest day of services and volunteerism. This is my favorite event, truly is, as it reunites Folsom with a common mission, to improve the lives of others and give back to the community. Learn how to get involved, www.folsomcommunityservice.org. In closing, a high-quality community requires outstanding city services and strong, supportive leaders. We in Folsom are the beneficiaries of an unparalleled and exceptional level of city services, and I hope that you can share in my gratitude. I'm very proud of our city's executive team, and I want to take this opportunity to thank them for their expertise and service to every single one of them, Everett and your team. We had 2 new hires recently. Our current fire chief, Felipe Rodriguez, welcome again. And of course, Pam Johns is Folsom's new community development director. Pam used to work for us, and we're glad that she came back to the nest. City of Folsom staff is, in my opinion, not only the best in the region, but I will say, I believe the best in the nation. As you're out and about in our community, please take a moment. Say thank you to a city staff member you may bump into, whether it be a park aide, solid waste truck driver, building inspector, or even a first responder. Please say thank you. They work very hard for you, and they take pride in working that hard. I'd also like to thank my colleagues on the City Council, past and current, who are dedicated to navigating today's challenges and setting a stage for tomorrow. We're all different. We all come from different places, but we are united in pulling one thing first, and that is Folsom. Folsom is always first. As my colleague and I chit-chat every once in a while, I always remind each other, and we all do it. The first name on our business card is not my name, it says council member. That means we represent you. City council is a hard job. It's not just a title, as I just shared. It's not about ourselves. It is about Folsom, always will be, and always should be. Dedication, experience, longevity, consistency, and collaboration allowed this city council and councils of the past to guide, manage, and plan Folsom into being the best city it is. In my book, the best city in the country, not number 17. We are number 1. Remember the proverb I asked you about earlier at the beginning of my speech? The more things change, the more they stay in the same. We may no longer be a one-stoplight town. We may have dozens of parks, miles of trails. We may have just a few more stores and restaurants to choose from. We may have highly successful major corporations and specialty small businesses calling Folsom home. Our population may have increased. We may have more amenities here than our ranching and gold mining forefathers and foremothers could ever contemplated. But you know what? I hope you all agree. We remain committed to an important sameness. Today is yesterday. New communities as historic ones. North of 50 as south of 50. We remain committed to keep on Folsom very, very special. We remain committed to meeting or exceeding Folsom's exceedingly high standards. Folsom is precious. It's a treasure. We covet it exactly as we would a priceless gem. And ladies and gentlemen, I believe that's exactly what Folsom is, a priceless gem. As a longtime resident council member, I know firsthand the strength of Folsom as a community. It's that tight-knit sense of community that continues to make Folsom a great place to call home. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't express enough in words today, or in words ever, what an honor it is to serve as the mayor of this great city. Thank you.